I figured I would talk about sexual harassment this evening. So I was worried when I initially started delivering that robbery would be my biggest concern. But as it turns out, sexual harassment is actually a bigger concern. And it's not just me. It's kind of like a running thing. Let's see. So summertime, I'm delivering to this apartment downtown. I've been there before, but I'm not sure if I delivered to this particular guy before. So I pull down the street, pull up in front of his house. My window's down and he's on the phone. So I pull over, I put the car in park. He's like, yay, pizza's here. He's all happy, excited. So I'm like, yay, pizza's here, playing along, all's good. I open the door, and as I step out I got the bag in my right hand, and I'm opening the door with my left hand. I hear him on the phone, I gotta kiss the pizza girl, or whatever he said. In one swift motion, I got back in the car and went to leave. And he's like, no. I'm like, dude, like, really? So, obviously, he was a little bit put off by that. He ended up stiffing me, like, rather pointedly. And I'm like, really, dude? You're gonna stiff me on your order because I rebuffed your advances? Like, give me a break. Like, that's a, like, pretty mild story. If you look on the blog posts on deliverydriverstories.com, we have one of them. It is Unwanted Tongue, where this was actually a male driver. He got kind of set up for a photo with a bunch of drunken chicks, I'm gonna say. And unbeknownst to him, they were planning to like photobomb him, and they ended up licking his face. So like, my beef with that is that saliva carries germs and diseases and all sorts of stuff, and that's just not fair. Like, I thankfully have never been touched by a customer, like, in any way, so like, that's a plus. But the sexual harassment is really effing real, and I'm not saying there aren't drivers who are into that. I'm not saying there aren't, single or whatever makes a driver into that kind of, stuff. If that's on them, and that's fine, but that's not every driver. A lot of drivers that I work with and myself are married, we have kids, and we're not exactly interested in swapping fluids or exchanges with strangers. I certainly am not. I have had rude comments, inappropriate comments. I walked into a building. This is also on deliverydriverstories.com. It's called Pizza and Pussy. Pardon my prudishness, but there's something, I guess, about a female driver that, and this is not the first time that the P word has been tossed at me while I'm walking by with pizza. Okay, like, and I'm not hot, okay? I'm not even, like, looking for attention. I'm just working, okay? So this wouldn't be the first time that that the P word has been thrown at me while I'm just walking by. I had one time, this is not actually on the blog as of the time I'm recording this video, but I go to the door. This is actually military housing. I go to the door and knock. A young military dude answers the door. So I give him his food, all's good. As I'm walking away, he comes running back out and he says, hey, can I get a kiss? And I'm like, dude, I'm not single. Like, what? Like, I almost couldn't fathom how to react, because, I mean, it's all good if you want to, like, mess with the pizza driver, but at the same time, like, really? Like, what am I here to, like, kiss everyone? Like, no, I have no interest in kissing a stranger, especially one who's as, like, indecent as, like, propositioning me like that. Like, get out of here. So long story short, I actually went back to the store, and I was pissed. I told my delivery manager, and he called the guy, and surprise, plot twist, the phone number on his order was not his number, but his wife's. Little fiasco ensued, and he ended up calling the store and apologizing. Like, good on him, but still, what the hell? This kind of stuff happens a lot. Sexual harassment is a big thing with pizza delivery. You can, excuse me, you can expect more videos about this because I feel very strongly about it. But like, not every driver wants to have relations with you. They don't want a blowjob for a tip. They don't want to go back to your hotel room. They don't want to kiss you. I really wish people would knock it off. If you have that like pizza delivery fantasy thing going on, that's fine. But there are ways to make that happen that don't involve drivers who don't want that. It's completely inappropriate, and it's actually sexual harassment and could potentially be followed up with legal action. So this is Pizza Girl signing off, and stop sexually harassing your pizza delivery driver. Have a good night.